Welcome back. In this screencast, we are going to see uh, about the CSS. So let's go inside the CSS page, and as you can see, the basic explanation of the HTML5 doc type. So it starts with doc type HTML, HTML en, and HTML. So this is the basic block for any HTML page in HTML5. And for mobile first, let's say if you want your page to be display properly on mobile device, or it should be mobile first, then this meta tag has to be included. By default, if you copying any default template of Bootstrap, so these tags would be already there. And there are a lot of other information, typography and links are there, uh, and normalize CSS container. So basically container is something, let's say this page, let's consider this page where you have the content starts from here and it ends till here, right? So basically this is one container where you have the content in between a certain block, right? So this is container. And container fluid is something, there is no margin in the left hand side as well as in the right hand side. So if you ticking something in container, it will come with a margin. If you are not taking container, if you're taking container fluid, it won't be, margin won't be there. So let's check it out with a practical. If you notice in our index.html page, it comes with container, right? And that is the reason if you browse through the page, we have margins in the left hand side and we have margins on the right hand side. The margins when on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side, this you can define. Let's say if you want to develop website within a container, but you don't want such a small margin, you want a little bit bigger margin, right? Or let's say the space, not a space exactly, let's say the what is a pixel, basically from this place to this place, so it's usually 1172 pixel, but if you want, let's say your website to be displayed in, let's say 600 pixel, or let's say 900 pixel, or let's say 1000 pixel, so you can define it in your custom.css, and we will check it out by doing something. So if you browse through custom.css, and let's say we are going to define dot container, and we are going, if we are saying max length, sorry, max width, let's say we are saying 1000 pixel, and we are saying saving it, then let's refresh this. So you can see immediately it has been reduced little bit, right? And if you would like to have 1172 pixel by default, you can delete this part, that's not required. And let's say if you want container fluid, so if you need container fluid, what you can do is you can open your index.html page, and instead of container you can take container fluid and save it, open your browser and refresh your page. So as we have refreshed, you have seen immediately there is no margin as such in the left hand side as well as on the right hand side. What it means is container fluid is for if you don't like margin, you can use container fluid, but the advisable way is always you should use container because it looks good. So let me refresh once again. Yes, now container, it's coming under container. Now just check it out, other information on the CSS page. We have something called grid system. So grid system, as we have discussed in earlier videos, basically you have 12 columns as a vertical column. So let's say a 12 column, what it means is the content which starts from right from here until here. So basically this content from beginning to the end is divided into 12 column. That's it, in a very simple way. And whatever the way you would like to define your column, let's say this you want the right hand side as well as sidebar, you want left hand side, you can do that. So it's up to you. So that is all about the grid system. Media queries. Media queries is all about how you would like to show your media on tablet, desktop and laptop devices. And grid option. So grid option, basically, let's say remember earlier we had discussed MD, right? So column medium device, and you can see here medium device, which is for the desktop. The pixel resolution is greater than or equal to 992 pixel. And col LG stands for large device with a desktop which has pixel resolution of greater than or equal to 1200 pixel. Col SM means a small device with a resolution of greater than or equal to 768, and extra small, which is less than 768 pixel, where you can use, but it's not mandatory that you can use only one. You can use combination of, let's say if you want your block should be displayed in a particular way on a desktop, you can display like that. If you want the same block to be displayed on your mobile device in some other way, let's say in big let's take an example of this particular page itself. Since I'm opening on the medium device, I believe it's total 8 col MD8, and this is col MD4. So, and let's say if I'm opening the same page on a mobile device, so it should come the same way. However, it won't come in the same way because this will come vertically, right? This will come below, and this will come on top. So if you want the block should be displayed in a particular way, you have a full control on that. So those stuff you can just consider here. And there is a stack to horizontal, so you can have multiple blocks, like if you want to divide into two the whole col MD6 you can take. If you want to divide the complete screen container into 3 different block, you can divide into 3. Or if you want col MD8 and col MD4, so you can two-third you can make. Or let's say if you want something like this, you can also make that. If you would like to check it out, the code how it works, so basically what you can do, you can simply copy this, and let's say we are opening about.html, and just to check the code, what I'm going to do is, in this I'm going to get an HR tag, and let's paste this code and see how does it reflect. So I have refreshed it with this page, and when to came to about.html, you can see there are several blocks is there. There is no background actually, as you can see the background here, right? This background is coming because background there is a CSS is been applied. So if you can also use CSS, you will have also a background. Now let's come into the container and fluid container. We have already seen mobile and desktop, like as I said, it's not mandatory that you can use only one. So let's say col access 6 col MD4, what it mean is if this particular block is opening on extra small device, it should take half of the screen. If this particular block is opening on medium device, it should come as 1/4, right? And let's say here, take this example, let's say if this particular block is opening on extra small device, it should take the full screen, col access 12, and if this particular block is opening on medium device, it should take up to eighth column. So what we can do is we can just copy this particular code and check it out by doing the practical. So let's say again I'm just taking one HR tag, and let's say paste this code and save it and refresh your page. So let's just make it full screen. And one thing which I supposed to tell it in the beginning itself, that I believe I have already explained that Google invest huge money on the developer tool. So let's say if you would like to check it out, that how this page will look on a small device, so Google has a tool for that. So what you can do is right click on that and click on inspect, and you have the toggle device toolbar. So if you click on that, you have you will have something like this, which you can do the practical. So let's say again go to inspect, and what I'm doing is I'm going to make it a little bit bottom. So this particular screen which you can see is on the device of 400 pixel width and 436 pixel height. This is the resolution, sorry, and this is on 100%. So as you can see, this code renders in a different way because of the CSS part. So let's say if you are taking Galaxy S5, so it comes something like this. If you are let's make it 100% so that it will be more. If you considering let's say iPhone 6, it comes something like this. If you checking out iPhone 6 Plus and with 100%, it will come something like this. So right, this navbar is also working perfectly fine. So this is what developer tools, a lot of developer tools are there apart from this, which you can figure out by doing inspect element and various tools you have, like this. A lot of tools they used to give for the developer, which you can take advantage of. So in CSS there are various other sections, like if you would like to display some code block, so how you can display the code block. This is the inline code block you can display in your paragraph. Let's say basic block, like multiple blocks are there which you can use it. Tables are there which you can use the table. And there are various tables like a stripped row. Stripped row in the sense, let's say if you want the first paragraph, first column of your table should be white, then it should be gray background. So that is the stripped table, which you can take advantage, which you can consider by table class table stripped. Border table is something like this, which you can take it. And you can do the practical, then only it will come properly, otherwise you probably will miss it out. There are a lot of snippets are also there. Lot of snippets in the terms, let's say if you just typing Bootstrap snippets, so the very famous website you have is this bootsnip.com. So if you browse through bootsnip.com and let's say you are giving here table, so the basic table examples you can just see from take it out from here. Let's say if you want this table, pricing table, so simply their HTML code is there. You can take the HTML code right from here. Simply you can copy this HTML code and paste it out in your it's too big, seems like. So you can just copy it and you can paste it out in your HTML page. It will work. So a lot of like hover rows are there. Let's say if you want to hover rows and the background should change to the gray, in fact, you know, instead of gray you want other color to be there, so that is also very much possible. Condensed table, where the height of the two column is very small, so that is the condensed table. You can just add the table condensed. So there are various elements are there. Let's say forms. So in case you would like to have forms on your page, you can have this form. You can check it out by simple copy this code. And what I'm going to do is in my about.html, I'm just going to simply paste it out and check it out how this render. So let's say if I refresh my page, it comes something like this. So let's say if you want this code I mean form to be I mean it should not come full page, right? It should come, let's say, the small, let's say col md5 or col md6. So that is very simple. What we can do is, let's say div col md6, I'm just taking, and this form code I'm just taking out from this place and I'm just pasting here. So, and if you can if you refresh now, hopefully it should come. Yes, it's coming like this. And or let's say you don't want to be on left hand side, you want it to be on center. So what you can do is, let's say here itself, if you do col md offset 2, so col md offset means, you know, it is going to push your block to grid next, right? So now if you refresh your page, it's coming something like this, right? It's in center. So basically these practice you can do simply by copying the code and understanding the code, what code you have copied, read line by lines, read multiple times and paste it into your Atom IDE, and you just try to delete some part of the code and try to understand what is the impact of that code in the browser here, and so that you will come across with a lot of errors actually. I mean, if code is not rendering properly, you will do I mean, try to apply your thought process that why basically this code is not working. So try to understand this code and delete the code, I mean break it, build it, break it, again build it. So these are the practice you know, you should do it at your end. And this is the inline form. Let's say if you want the two columns should be displayed horizontally, so how it should be displayed. So I'm just copied this code, and let's say I'm pasting here in my, again in the about.html page, and let's say I'm taking inside a small div col md, let's say 6, and I'm pasting here. And if you refresh this page now, hopefully it should come. Yes, it's coming. But it's not coming, you know, send invitation is coming below, because col md6 what I took is not sufficient for this block. So what I can do is, instead of col md6, let's say I'm going to take col md8, save it, and if you refresh it now, yes, now it's coming in one row, right? So these kind of experiment you should do at your end. Horizontal forms are there, supported controls like various blocks are there. In fact, what are the components which you need to develop an application, almost each and every components are there, like checkbox, rectangle checkbox, radio button, checkbox, lot of options you do have. and you have drop down also. You can take this into your application, and a lot of components are there. Let's say you want to take button, so let's copy this code and just check it out how this button renders on page. Simply paste it here and refresh this page. No, seems like I haven't saved it. Yes, so now refresh this. No luck. Yes, it's here. So this white buttons are coming. So instead of white, let's say you want different color button. So what I can do is here default is the coming right here. Let's say take primary, and here you take success, and let's say this one is danger. So now you save it, and if you refresh your page, see the color has been changed automatically. Why the color has been changed? Because the button default already the CSS has been written as a background color white. Button primary, the background color is already CSS has been written as a blue, success green, and danger red. So that is the reason you have different color for different button. So these kind of practices are very important to see. As I have demonstrated earlier, you have the multiple buttons here. Even if you want just a link, so you can also take just a link by simply this btn dash link. And with the various size button also you have btn lg. So let's say if you want same button to be big size, so you can take btn lg, so the size would be bigger than current one. So let's refresh it. Now you have the bigger button, right? So these exercise practice are very important to understand and check each and every components of the CSS part. There are various like disabled buttons. If you need in your application, you can consider this by simply adding a class called disabled. So this is all about the CSS. Here the image shapes are also there. So in case you want to add image in your application and you want image to be circle, so you can just add a class image circle. In that image itself, the image, you don't have to cut the image into circle, it will be displayed in a circle. If you want the rounded corner should be there, you need to add the class image rounded, it will be rounded corner. Just like a thumbnail, if you want, you can add img thumbnail, that will make the image as thumbnail. If you want, we can do some sort of practical to check it out how it can do. Simply you can add your source, link to your image, and you can add this particular class to make it image rounded. That's it, nothing else. So there are various helper classes are also there, which if you want some certain text to be in various colors, you can simply add text primary for blue, text success for green, text info for this color, and warning for this one. This one is warning, I believe. Text danger is for red color. And various contextual backgrounds also you can take by simply adding a class to the paragraph bg primary. Background primary means blue, success green, background info, warning, danger. So this kind of practice, to check how this classes works, it is very important to do the practice by copying the code, and you can paste it into your IDE. You can check it out, but I won't recommend to copy it. Probably you should write the code by yourself. That's how you learn the development. So thank you so much for watching this screencast. See you in the next one.